Winder, Georgia this morning. I'm just bobtailing. I dropped the trailer to customers last night. We're waiting for it to offload. It looks like we're in Winder for the weekend, so I thought I'd do a little exploring. There's a TA truck stop out on I-85. Appears to be the closest truck stop that I'm aware of, according to my GPS. So I thought we'd take a little drive and see if we could find it, doing the back road thing here, and just do a little exploring. It's very nice down here. Lots of country roads. The weather's nice. It should be a nice day for a little exploratory drive. I don't mind getting laid over sometimes on the weekend in these little places. You know, it depends on where you are when you get laid over, of course. And I generally try to head for a nice truck stop. But sometimes there's not always one right handy. So this morning I started out at the local Walmart. They have a very nice Walmart here, so that's where I stayed and spent the night last night. But Walmart doesn't serve coffee, so I'm gonna wheel in here to the BP and see if I can get a morning coffee. Then we'll carry on. If there's no coffee, I'm sure I can get one when we find the truck stop. I was just hoping to get one before that. See how it goes. Well, I struck out there for coffee. I guess maybe it's more of a tradition in places where it's a little cooler in the morning than Winder, Georgia. Darn it all. Now we'll see what else we've got down here. I have to figure out where I'm going here too. I'm not sure how to get down to the interstate from here. I think I know, but I guess we'll find out for sure. Street, and I believe if I hang a left here, go a block and hang another left, it'll put me on, I believe it's County 211. That'll take me down there. I've done this once before and kind of doing it from memory. I tried the GPS and it got lost and confused, so I'm just going to wing it. We're going to bobtail down, so can't get in too much trouble, at least anyway. I don't have to look for a place to turn the whole rig around if I get lost, so it's a little easier when you're bobtailing. Go check it out here. Nothing coming across the tracks. Just made that light. Not quite, maybe. I like these two-lane roads, or mostly that's what there was when I learned to drive. Was pretty much all two-lane roads. There were interstates and the big highways back then too, but not nearly so many and not nearly so efficient as they are now. So I never minded these two-lane roads. You've got to, in my case, I've got to just always watch for tree branches and low wires and such, because my stacks sit right at 13.6, so I'm always worried about my height going down these little roads. Other than that, sometimes they can be a really pleasant drive. You can never go too fast on them, and That's part of the relaxing tour you get. So, and you get to see the countryside, see some nice homes. Here's the Winder Moose Lodge. Now you know where that is if you ever need to join. Well, Winder certainly isn't Seattle with a Starbucks on every corner. I haven't seen one yet. No trucks. Well, I guess I won't try it there. In Canada, you can usually find a Tim Hortons, but the problem is there for a truck driver finding where to park. Almost always when you find a Tim Hortons, there's no parking signs up and down the street on both sides of the coffee shop. Never any room in their parking lot, so might as well not be any Tim Hortons as far as truck drivers are concerned. You can hardly find one you can park close to and go get a coffee. They do that on purpose. Not that Tim Hortons does that on purpose, but I'm sure the local towns do that on purpose just because they don't want the truck traffic. They all want the trucks and they all want the goods on the trucks. They just want you to get out as quickly as possible, out of sight, out of mind. Nice, eh? You bring them their food, but you can't stick around and enjoy any of it. Windsor is really bad for that when you're coming into Canada and you've been on the road and you like to find a place to stop and eat, and you'll pass a dozen restaurants on YearOne Church going through Windsor, Ontario, and no truck parking in any of them. In fact, they put up curbs and go out of their way so you can't get in. And boy, that's hospitable for a town that's looking for revenue. And then they turn away the truck drivers. And there's, I don't know how many trucks go through Windsor a day. Thousands of them. But they don't want that. Sign said YearOne muscle cars. Next exit. I'd be interested to see that. I wonder what that is. If it's I don't know, some sort of a shop display or something. Oh. YearOne, 0.2 miles to the right. Huh. Coffee first, but let's see if I can see what's down there. Well, I've had my coffee. We'll go see if we can find YearOne. See us some nice muscle cars. These guys are famous for beautiful muscle cars. I forget which Fast and Furious movie it was that those guys had a couple of their cars featured in. American muscle cars, not Japanese cars. Checking my email there to see if I have a load yet. And not yet. It's Saturday afternoon. So it looks like we're here for the whole weekend, I guess, by now. Unless we get a late breaking development, which doesn't usually happen. I actually had to turn the air conditioning on. What is it, 75 degrees? Not too bad. Here, check these out. YearOne muscle car parts, 53 footers. Temperature controlled. Drop deck enclosed trailers. Well,
Hopefully they know more about muscle cars than they do about trucks. Oh, sorry, Volvo.
Well, that was cool. Turns out the owner of YearOne, I'm looking for my catalog here, owns a car that was exactly the same as the one that I had when I was younger. It was a 72 Pontiac Firebird TransAm with a 455 HO motor. So he and I had quite a bit to talk about. And, I sold my car and he kept his all these years and it's in beautiful shape, and he gave me a YearOne catalog on the Firebird so I could look up parts and stuff like that if I ever got another one. So that was a cool experience.